you will subscribe and like and comment to all of my videos. Think it worked?
Sure.
And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing a Netflix original movie called Hypnotic. Oh.
A young woman seeking self-improvement enlists the help of a renowned hypnotist, but after a handful of intense sessions, she discovers unexpected and deadly consequences.
Kate Siegel, you recently saw her in one of the most fantastic series of TV you're likely to see in your lifetime, because it's that good. I gave it a double A. And lots of people agree with me. You liked it, but you didn't love it as much as I did. Do you know what we're talking about?
Yes, Midnight Mass.
Yes, Midnight Mass. I have a lot of faith when it comes to Kate Siegel. I think she can really hold your captivation with what she's given. And so we have that one bit of dialogue in Midnight Mass that
the monologue
that people will definitely use as learning how to act or practicing with
audition pieces.
I know my sisters already used it as an audition piece. It's fantastic. So when it came to Kate Siegel, I saw her I saw Hypnotic, thriller, Netflix. I was like, yeah, sign me up, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say I'm pretty disappointed in that film. Okay, but before you shout at me and go, come on, maybe you're just being just like down on it. Maybe it's not nearly as bad as you think it is. If I say the title of this film to you, The Open House, then you might go, oh really? What has that got to do with this film? Both directors of this film directed The Open House, which currently sits at 13% from the critics of Rotten Tomatoes and 8% from the audience.
Ooh, that's bad.
That's bad. So let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy The Open House? I'd love to know if you did, because you would be one of the few people, which is okay. We all have different likes and tastes.
Indeed.
Okay, so let's talk about Hypnotic.
Okay, so Hypnotic, unfortunately, is formulaic, and it just follows. It's like connect the dots kind of thing. It's like Hollywood 101, how to make a successful film. Kind of like the Hansel and Gretel, just follow the trail. It's super predictable. Like I think within the first 5 minutes, we knew who everybody was and what was going to happen. And the whole way through the film, we were kind of thinking, please be a little bit more interesting than that. Please be more than what we think you're going to be. And there was a moment where I thought, ooh, maybe. But no, it chose the easy option, and I was like, oh.
That's not to say that the acting isn't good and it isn't filmed well. It actually opens very well. There are moments in this film where I'm really hoping you're going to go down that path. The really intense moments where you use hypnosis as a weapon. Remember Get Out? The teacup. There is some of that in this, but it just doesn't feel like they leaned into it. It's like, okay, we've done some of it, so that's enough to take off that box.
Yeah.
We're going to give our pretty much great actors in here some generic dialogue lines that won't ever really make them guess as to like who done it. You're gonna be like, they did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
You did.
Is that a misdirect? No, you did it.
No, it's really obvious.
I was really hoping, because they give you some background a little bit to your bad guys or bad ladies. It's pretty obvious who it is. They give you some background, and we were kind of hoping that was going to be the thing, that we're going to use that. It would have been so much more exciting had they gone down the path with the background they were giving you. And even once you get to the end, it still feels like they could have done so many different paths, and it was screaming out for them to do one of those pathways.
Yeah. I feel like it was a bunch of executives who got together and were like, what's the formula for a successful film? Okay. Let's
successful thriller film.
Yeah, instead of actually looking at what they had, like dissecting the script and saying, actually, this is a really interesting point where it could go off here. What would happen if we did that? What would happen if we, followed that path and just...
I do think Kate Siegel did a great job.
Yeah.
And when hypnosis is being used on her, I thought those were the creepiest moments, which is why I wanted the film to lean into that more. There are moments when you see her interacting with her surroundings or trying to interact with the surroundings under hypnosis, And that for me was the creepiest moments, or you wonder what else has been suggested to her, because that's the whole thing about hypnosis. They talk about that in the film, where you don't know what you're subjecting yourself to. How many times have you seen a comedy skit where the wife says, "Yeah, do my husband," and then he says something, and then later he just says the word rabbit, and the guy acts like a chicken. And whenever, or people saying, "Yeah, a doctor hypnotized me into giving up smoking." So there could be some good uses, but as we discover, there are some bad uses in this, and I really wanted them to like really just get into it, and it never really does. It just, you get to the end and you're like, "Oh, that's it, all right."
Yeah. I mean, even with what they ended up doing. So, I mean, you know, if you read the synopsis, they've given you the spoiler. You know, there's no point in denying who the bad guy is. I thought he could have been more bad.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that it was worse than it was.
Okay, so I'm going to give this 2.5 out of 5 Nicolas Cages. I think it's down the middle. There is moments to enjoy, and I could pull it apart more if I wanted to, but I liked some of the acting, and I thought the cinematography was good.
Yes, I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 Nicolas Cages, simply because I actually enjoyed it, even though I'm moaning about it. I enjoyed the ride of the film. I was just disappointed by how it was what it said on the tin, and it didn't do anything new or unusual.
Okay. And Kirsten wants to talk a bit spoilers, so this is the spoilers bit. If you don't want any spoilers, head out now. Thank you so much for watching. Go for it, babe.
Okay, so when she starts having these dreams, which we, as the audience, are going, "Oh, that's like flashbacks of what happened during your hypnosis sessions." Well, in my mind, that's what they were anyway. So she's having these dreams, and in these dreams, like one of the dreams is that she's in bed with the therapist after, you know, obviously waking up the next morning in bed together and having a very intimate moment. And I thought that what was going to be revealed is that under hypnosis she has this other life with him where she is his wife.
Oh, well, that would have been darker. That would have been much more interesting.
That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah.
But no.
But I did guess that he was trying to turn her into his wife.
Yeah, totally.
With, like, putting the memories in. There is this whole underlining story with his dad being
the mentor,
and also being like the CIA used him to create or use this weapon as
hypnosis
as a weapon. And we thought that maybe that son was part of that project.
Exactly. So they sort of hinted at that, maybe suggested that that could be a thing that was called MK Ultra. So if his dad was, and he did say that he was trained by his dad from a very young age. So as a 7-year-old is trained how to do hypnosis. Clearly his dad was experimenting on him. So they kind of build his dad into this mythical figure, but then his dad just isn't anywhere to be seen. His dad's dead.
And his wife has died. So it does lead us to think that the son could have become this supervillain using hypnosis, who took out his dad eventually, and his wife did something wrong. In my mind, he definitely put his wife under hypnosis and tried her to be something that she's not, and then she died, and now he's trying to find that perfect wife in his mind. Someone that is broken mentally, that is the bad guy, would take the best bits of your partner and then put them in someone else and trying to, you know, reconfigure them, like programming with hypnosis.
I mean, it would have been really interesting if actually the real bad guy was the dad.
Yeah.
Was, you know, the guy who was still running MK Ultra. They never explored that because they only showed us this headline that said that he refused to retire.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, well, he's definitely still around then. Maybe he's the puppet master pulling all the strings.
So in the end, we get Kate Siegel, who shoots the cop because she's trying to fight the hypnosis. And then she goes through she finds the cop after she breaks mentally. I do like the suggestion that the other hypnotist put in her mind. I thought that was actually probably the cleverest moment in the film. I was like, yes, I really like how that circumnavigates all of the hypnosis, undoes that in with one kind of protective moment.
As soon as he says, "My love."
Yeah. And then she saw
Very
everything.
good.
And then obviously shoots him. And that's the reason why she's able to defeat him in the end, was with hypnosis, which is an oxymoron.
Oxymoron?
It is a moron. Yeah, so let us know how you wanted the film to end. You know, that is kind of how it ended. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, the ending.
Yeah, it really is.
But they've left it like you can't really go anywhere else with it. They haven't left it like he's somehow alive. I was expecting her to get a phone call on her phone and then go, the world.
This is how the world ends.
This is how the world ends. I was like, he's not dead. Or was there another? Because there's always 2 Sith Lords. So
Well, I guess there wasn't in this one.
no, it's dumb. All right, thanks so much for watching. But most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.